Hello and welcome along to Dark Souls 2. It's finally released for the PC and I just thought I would get started in the guide or playthrough. I don't really know what this is going to be because I've not completed the game in PlayStation, so I only got about halfway through. So it'll be a guide up until halfway through, and then after that it'll become like a playthrough. Anyway, we're in Things Betwixt, and you noticed that when these guys are called kobolds. They're non-hostile, not worth attacking, they don't drop anything. Pick up the first item in the game. This is a rusted coin, and strangely I believe this only increases your item discovery rate and your luck by 1% for about 3 or 4 minutes or something like that. But that 1% doesn't seem like much of a boost. I tried it out a few times in the PlayStation and I didn't really notice any difference with drop rates, but yeah. To the left there's a interesting detour, but don't go there yet. Wait until you've gone through the character creation stage and you've got your health and whatnot and your weapons and all these kind of things. Item down there, we'll pick that up. And there's like a bone xylophone or something over there. I'm not sure what that is. It's outside the firekeeper's dwelling.
What seems to be the ruckus?
Oh my, your face.
So I'm not... Nodrog's the name of our character, same as Dark Souls. But I'm not going to go through all the cutscenes.
At least you know your own name.
There is some interesting dialogue here, and obviously it will pertain to the lore. And this is an interesting part here that we get the human effigy.
It's a human effigy.
And I think that
All
becomes...
people come here for the same reason. To break the curse.
And I didn't expect all these items. Apparently it's part of the... I don't think I'd ordered any kind of special edition of the game, but apparently it came with it. This is Milibeth.
This is a limbo. A link between Drangleic and the outer world. Fair traveller, I know that you must have a story. Why else would you visit such a place? This lost, decayed kingdom. My name is Milibeth.
Interesting that they're all wearing red. Not sure what the significance of that is at this point, but it must be a reason for it. And they're not wearing the dingy set, which is what the firekeepers, I believe, or at least one of the main firekeepers in Dark Souls were.
The old women were keepers of, but now.
But obviously we do have a bonfire here, of sorts, that one of the firekeepers is, or the retired firekeepers is sitting in front of.
Set by hollows.
And before I forget, because that's what I wanted to say as soon as we started the video, where you're at the very first place that you spawn in the game, in Things Betwixt, if you look below your character, there's like a mirror reflecting back at you. And I'm not sure what the significance of that is, but I thought that was interesting.
I am told there was a fourth. Long ago, firekeepers were commonplace. But now they are lost, scattered to the winds. The old women are sisters.
It's interesting that it says that actual firekeepers are lost and scattered to the winds. That's what you would expect of the ashes of the bonfire. It sounds like the firekeepers were tossed into their own bonfires, maybe. An impasse. I have no idea what that means.
Then you may return here.
An impasse.
To start again.
Yeah, I just took my kit off there. The reason I did that was just I wanted to look at the character I created. I'm not very good at doing all the character creation stuff. I know that there's people out there that are brilliant at it. But I've been watching Vikings recently, and I don't know, I guess that was influence. I hit the chest there just to remind people, if you're watching this, that you can destroy the wooden chests in this game. And it takes 3 hits, and if you do, you'll lose the item that's inside it, and you'll get in its replacement rubbish, literally rubbish, like you got in Dark Souls 1. So here's some of the items that I chose. The what do you call it? I can't even remember the name of the class. Explorer class or whatever. That's what I chose as a gift to Bonfire Ascetic. And the Ascetic, the reason why is because we're going to be using it at some point in this guide. And there are a couple you can pick up and buy throughout the game, but Pharaoh's Lockstone, again, lore attached to the item descriptions. We'll light the bonfire, we're not going to rest at it just now, and we're going to go and take on an enemy. Used to be able to actually just pick this item up without destroying the cart, but not now. And they've placed these tablets in the tutorial area for new players to click on to get information. You can also, if the door opens out the way, or in the way I should say, you can actually, if you do the roll mechanic, it opens the door quicker. So as soon as you see these footprints, you know that there's something ominous awaits you. And true to Dark Souls form, we've got the first enemy of the game. This is the Ogre, and he's actually quite a fearsome enemy. I used the Witching Urn to take off a chunk of his health. He has a grab attack. That grab attack is deadly. It will kill you at this point. And the swings are quite easy to avoid. What you want to do is you want him to bait him into the swing, and then this to fall on his ass. Again, ass attacks. Ass attacks seems to be a thing with From Software. You get the picture. I'll just leave it for you guys to do it. I don't need to show you me doing it the whole way because it'll take me a while to kill him. To whittle down his health to 0. So here we go. And your reward for killing that monster is a really good ring actually. It's called the Stone Ring, and it does 10 poise damage against your enemies. I always choose the wrong one. Meant to do a fist pump, went for the wave. We start with a ring. We start with the blue quartz ring or whatever it is. It's the one that increases magic defense. Beloved ring of shieldless Lothian, formerly of Ferosa. And I've heard people pronounce that as Lothian. The correct pronunciation I believe should be Lothian. It's a Scottish word. Or I believe it's a Scottish word, but there's a region in Scotland called Lothian. That's how it's spelled. There's an item to get through this stream. And be careful when you're platforming here, because it's very easy to fall off the edge of the small waterfall and die. And we pick up something useful here, small, smooth and silky stone, and you can give that to the crows, sorry. So that's how you light the torch. The torch mechanic, you can't select it in your inventory. We'll light the sconce. Every torch you pick up, you can look at the number you have, I believe, in your inventory, but it's a bonfire mechanic. You select it by going up to a bonfire or a sconce and pressing like Y, and then selecting light your torch or whatever. And as you can see in the bottom left, we get 5 minutes with one torch, and after a while you pick up loads of torches and you'll have like an hour or more. But I like lighting up the sconces and going round and illuminating everything. It's just not that practical to carry it around, obviously, if you're carrying shields and bows and things like that. Anyway, second enemy type of the game. These guys are undead travellers. They're wearing the imported gear that we started with. And I think it's interesting that they put these, that these guys are the first enemy. If you don't take the Ogre on, these guys are the first enemies you encounter. They're like a mirror reflection of your character before you got the human effigy from the Firekeeper. So maybe these guys you know, came to Drangleic the same way that you did, but somehow or other they bypassed the firekeepers, never got the human effigy, and then went hollow. Went hollow eventually. You've seen the backstab mechanic there. I like it. I actually think I prefer it in this game. The dagger does massive critical damage if you're able to backstab somebody, or you're able to parry and get the riposte in. It's one of the, in fact, like, I don't think there's any weapons you can pick up at the start of the game that does, you know, does as much damage as the dagger. That's why I was moving the camera around. I was trying to try to do backstabs. I was trying to show how much damage you do, but it's like when you plug it into the guy's back, you're doing like about 300 or 400 damage, or something around there, and then when you pull the blade out, you do like another 300 damage, and it's very fast as well. The dagger. I think it's actually a really good weapon, and I think they had to make it. From Software had to make it good, because the way that people doing challenge runs, soul level 1 runs, and the way that the weapons work in terms of strength and dexterity and whatnot, you'll remember that the only soul level 1 character is the depraved character, who's got like 6 across the board for every every statistics or every attribute, and he's unable to wield basically most of the weapons in the game. So yeah, I suppose they had to have a powerful weapon that could be used at soul level 1, and it's the dagger.
You, give it, Moose. Yes, you! Give us Silky!
So these guys are the crows. Something like their names are like Mino and something or other, I don't know. Anyway, as they said, give us something smooth, give us something silky. And you can see that there was a menu there. Make sure you choose leave, don't choose discard. If you choose discard, you've lost that item forever. So just leave that. I don't know what that guy's doing. Attacking? Nothing. Unless he was attacking my ghost. So kick the ladder. We're not finished up here, there's an item to pick up below. No, that guy's still attacking. I don't know what he's doing, man. He's hollowed out already and he's just started the game. At some point you'll probably go up there and light that sconce if you've got like sconce OCD like I do. So go and rest at the bonfire, and you can see they've got names: Firekeeper's Dwellings. We can burn the ascetic. I wouldn't advise doing that just now. You can if you want. I think it resets things betwixt. Not 100% sure how it would work here. And you've got the fast travel system available at the beginning. I'm not going to go through the whole tutorial area. I'm just going to skip it. I'll let you guys go through it in your own time. And there's 2 more ogres in the tutorial area. And you'll see one guarding a coffin. That changes your sex. I think that's a beautiful entrance to the game's central hub, coming through that small dark crevice into this sunlit, sun-kissed, ruined, I don't know, peaceful anyway, drop down here, and then drop down again, turn around, and pick up a decent weapon, the Morning Star, and the Cleric's Sacred Chime. Pick up binoculars. Binoculars are really useful for casters in this game. You can use them to basically direct your attacks. So this is the main bonfire in Majula, and Majula is the central hub of this game. This is the Emerald Herald.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate?
Probably a pawn of fate. So she's got quite a lot of dialogue. We'll talk about her in later episodes. But she's the person to see if you want to level up, or if you find Estus shards. She also gives you an Estus flask. And you only get like 1 sip of Estus at the beginning. Let's see how many people have died. 667,937 so far. That number will increase into the millions soon.
You're undead, aren't you?
Yep, this is Crestfallen
You
Solden.
have that distinct scent. The smell of irreversible fate.
Clearly the same voice
Do you
acting.
see the way beyond the bonfire?
If you look where I'm facing, my character's facing,
Of the giants.
that's it, that's where our first destination.
What little of it remains.
So again, he plays the Herald archetype like he did in Dark Souls 1.
That will be of use on your journey.
I'm not saying it's the exact same character. His name's different, Crestfallen Warrior, Crestfallen Solden. I suspect there's something very interesting about the fact that the reverse part of the death counter has been rubbed off. And I suspect that at the end of the game and I don't know this is total speculation, so don't worry, this isn't a spoiler or anything. But my guess would be that you've got all the deaths on one side, and that by the end of the game you will I don't know, go to that, and maybe it signifies that I don't know, that basically it will change by the time you come around to the end of the game. There'll be something there. Anyway, let's go and pick up Divine Blessing. And if we go through here, this is there's a few paths away from Majula, and this is a path that you're not supposed to go down at the beginning of the game. This is for a wee bit later on, but I just want to show you that it's here. And we meet one of the most interesting NPCs in the game. He's from my own home country, Scotland.
Have you business with me? The way you're under is all blocked up, you see, by this god-awful statue. Heavens above! Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oof, I'm in quite the pickle now. See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive. It just doesn't seem quite right. There are no craftsmen round these parts. Hey, you don't think a real-life person was turned to stone, do you?
So,
See that statue? Gives me the willies.
so the statue he's talking about is this one here. And it does give you the willies if you stare at it long enough. That's a term that's used in Scotland to mean that you're frightened or scared or whatever. Quite a colourful term. It gives you... these guys are goblins. Loads of health, as you can see, not doing much damage to them. They have poison, and poison in this game is powerful. 600 and odd damage there. And you could see before that it was hardly doing any damage. This guy's more dangerous, be very careful, he can hit through the door. He's got like a what would it be, like a bone hammer, and inflicts poison damage. So there you go, you can see the way that worked there. Stab him in the back, you do like 300 damage, pull it out and you do more damage. Anyway, we'll come back and speak to that NPC later. He's got a good sword as well. Well, he's got an interesting sword. And you can see that there's a guy sitting down there.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door.
Could he not climb in through the
I packed
window?
my tools in here, seeing it was vacant.
Well, there's no window there, it's just an empty
But now
space.
somebody's gone and locked it.
And this is Lenigras, the blacksmith. He needs a key, and you find the key in the first area of the game.
Chop chop.
Chop chop, cheeky bugger. There's a few items to pick up in Majula, so make sure you do that before you head off to the Forest of Fallen Giants. Life gem here, there's some homeward bones up there. Look up there, that'll change eventually, keep your eye on that. That's another path to go down. So if you come up here, there's a Covenant up here, Homeward Bones as well, and it's the Covenant of the Champions. This makes the game more difficult if you join this Covenant, and you'll get a few wee warnings asking you whether you really want to join it, but it definitely makes the game harder. I think it increases the amount of damage the enemies do, increases their health points, maybe even decreases the amount of damage you do against them. I've done it on one of my playthroughs in the PlayStation. You can go down there, but not until later. We'll come in here and meet another NPC, Shalquar.
Oh, undead are we? And one without much time remaining.
Interesting.
Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, oh yes. You may call me Shalquar. Enchanté. So, what did you want anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
Sweet Shalquar sells some good rings actually. The silver cat ring allows you to fall from height and not take as much damage. So red eye ring basically is, I'm not 100% sure how that works like in PvE, but name engraved ring, that's a multiplayer item, helps you find people. Ring of Whispers allows you to hear enemies, and it's like the Witch's ring in Dark Souls that allows you to talk to certain NPCs.
This place is everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born.
That's the central theme of the game.
Isn't it
reincarnation.
wonderful?
And I think that's why you see the mirror at the beginning of the game as well, you know, to kind of remind you, or to try and jog your memory about who you are. There's a lot of hints about people not remembering things in this game. Anyway, knock this stone off and you'll get a very important item. Estus Flask Shard, so this will allow you to get another Estus Flask. Be careful, don't go around that corner. The bacon bites, and there's pigs around there that are dangerous, and that guy's right. Tough enemy ahead. Yeah, there's pigs around there, undead pigs, and they're really aggressive. Once you aggro them, they like don't give up, they follow you all over Majula. Really, really annoying. This mansion we'll get access to later on. And in here is Mollin, the armourer. But just ignore him just now, just come up and pick this item up. It's an upgrade item. There is a way to tell whether chests are mimicked in this game, but I'll leave it up to you guys to discover that. And I forgot to mention...
hello there. Welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares.
Very nervous character.
I could really use the business.
Very despondent.
Be so kind.
Seems to be down in the dumps. I like the Silver Eagle kite shield. We'll buy that at some point. Sells armour. I like the Falconer set as well. The more you spend with this guy...
From Volgan. Have you been there? Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold.
So as you can see, he's got...
Since then, I don't even know why I'm still here.
He's afflicted by avarice, and he's desperate for money and booty. Anyway, I also got a ring from Salden. I hope this episode helped. Next episode, Flowers the Fallen Giants.